From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 4 o'clock news.
So they're popular at tailgates across the country. I'm sure you've played this before, but have you ever seen a custom-built cornhole board?
I have a custom-built cornhole board.
You?
Of course, it was built.
It must say Bama on it.
It does. It was built by my dad. It's not quite as fancy as these. Fox 13's Chip Brewster is checking out St. Pete Cornhole. Hey, Chip.
Yes, this is for those that want to step their custom cornhole game up more than a notch, like 20 notches. We are hanging out actually where they make these things, and surprisingly, it's a small operation for as detailed as these boards are. But not only do they have custom cornhole boards, which we're going to show you, they've got lighted cornhole boards. They have got some other specialty games, and it is perfect for the weekend that is upon us. So we're going to tell you how you can get one of your own custom ones, maybe check out some of the art that is surrounding us, because it is truly art on these cornhole boards, and introduce you to a couple of the other game options if you're looking for a few yard activities this weekend or coming up in the future.
No, it just popped into my head. I'm thinking Father's Day gift. That would be a pretty cool Father's Day gift.
Those are always popular at barbecues, poolside.
All right.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a cornhole set.
Beachside.
Exactly.
There you go.
Thanks, Chip.
Thanks, Chip. Still ahead. How about taking your cornhole game to the next level? Your cornhole board, in fact. Look at this. Got some pretty good players out there. Chip's going to show us some incredible custom-made boards made right here in the Bay Area next.
Kids are graduating. A 3-day weekend is upon us. You know that means plenty of social time out in the yard.
Yeah, you got to entertain your guest right. Here's one way to do it. How about a custom cornhole set, huh? You don't even have to go far to get it either. Fox 13's Chip Brewster is hanging out with a man who has turned this cornhole board explosion that we've seen over the last few years into a full-time business. Hey, Chip.
Hey, guys, and when we say custom, we're not talking like your name is spray painted on it or it's the colors you want. We are talking about full-on works of art. John is the man, well, behind the business, but it's cool because you actually work with artists to design some of these. Just let's start walking through some of the examples that you have out here.
Yes, we do. This, the tarpon down at the end, that's Jessica Ann. We have Steve Diosi, Mark Erickson here as well, and Joe Major with Bayborn Outfitters.
So and those are describing like the water scenes, but then the patriotic scenes, that's another thing as well.
That's a UV print, so those images are printed directly into the wood, and then they're all clear-coated, versus these are full of vinyl graphics. They're original paintings from the artist that have been digitized for large format printing that we have licensing to sell.
Man, how did all this start for you?
About 9 years ago, I started as a hobby building boards in my dad's backyard, and it kind of just went from there, and every year we've got busier and busier, and it went from a hobby to a part-time business, and now it's a full-time business.
When did you start incorporating local artists and the
local artists about 2 to 3 years ago? The UV printing is probably within the past 6 months. That's
that's super new then.
Yeah, it's really new. It's an awesome feature because you still get the wood grain effect and with the image as well.
Yeah.
And it's more permanent than anything.
Interesting. And it's not just the boards. I mean, you can custom make different games of other sorts, which we'll cover in the 5 o'clock. But then you also have these super high-end bags that go with the set.
We can do any logo in the bags, custom bags. These are the two-sided pro bags. They're filled with plastic pellets, so you have a slow side and then you have a fast side. It's what they call a pro style, so if you're a more advanced player, you can throw a flat bag and control what you want to do. So that's another great feature we have.
All the pros out there are like, oh, he knows his stuff. Everyone else is like, what did he just say? I learned a lot already this morning about like the professional level. We've got a lot of pro players out here.
Oh, yeah.
Many of them you know because you hold a weekly tournament.
We do. We do weekly tournaments. I do weekend charity tournaments as well. The weekly tournament is a pretty big event, 45, 50 teams on a Tuesday night.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a blind draw, 2 divisions, so people have an opportunity to play either competitive or social. That way you have fun.
That is cool. Do you bring your boards out to that tournament?
I bring all my own boards. We supply the bags as well, or if you have bags purchased from us, you can use your own bags out there as well.
Neat. No, it's cool because you guys are thinking out there like on a personal level probably like, oh, great Father's Day gift, something for my yard. But businesses, you guys can get involved too. Just look at some of the ones that are out on our field right now. I mean, these are corporate sponsored boards.
Oh yeah, we have sponsors that, you know, all these boards are sponsored boards that have with us that we use all of our tournaments, the sponsor boards, or you can do them for yourself.
How does one get one of these boards?
You can contact us at stpetecornhole.com or sales@stpetecornhole is our email.
Okay.
Send us an email, and typically our turnaround time is 10 to 14 days.
Okay.
and then we'll have it set for you.
And can you submit your own designs or photos?
You can submit your own artwork. Either you design it yourself, or you can kind of give us an idea what you want, and then we can design something custom for yourself.
Let me ask you a question. Is the phone ringing in the background your business phone?
Yes.
So whoever's out there right now that saw this and called immediately, John's a little busy at the moment.
Yeah, and if you buy a set of if you're the person calling, I'll throw in free all-weather bags just because you've probably seen me on TV.
Thank you for your patience, is all he's trying to say.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay, now, we didn't mention one thing, but maybe you saw it. You were doing this burning technique that you're going to show us firsthand.
Yep.
Coming up in the next segment, you can have him burn a pattern into your cornhole board.
I thought.
So stick around to see that.
Burn a pattern. I thought the burning technique was the throwing technique. I was like, I can't wait to see this new throwing technique, but that'll be cool too.
Oh no. I'll see if I can get some tips for you, though, Kato.
I do need some help, yeah. And tell him I tend to hold my bag by the corner, so I hold it by the corner, and I do more of a flip. It rotates about 3 times.
He wants a technical lesson.
Yeah, ask him if that's ever going to work.
None of the pros are doing that.
Okay,
I'll just say that.
All right, don't do it that way? All right. Thanks, Chip.
Thanks, Chip. Well, cornhole, fun at any age, but it's even more fun if you have a cool design on your board.
Yeah, these boards are really awesome. Chip Brewster is at a local place where they design these boards, and I think a lot of people will have these out at their barbecues this weekend if they could get their hands on one. Chip?
Yes, and the common problem, you guys ever have an issue playing this game at night? Well, not with these custom boards made at St. Pete Cornhole. Yeah, they glow in the dark. But coming up, we're going to show you how he does a burn pattern, just one more way you can customize.
Let's check in with Chip. He's at a very, this is a unique business. Yeah, okay.
Hold on.
All right.
That is the second day in a row that you have expressed fears of a robot coming to your door, coming out of our business segment. I feel like I'm sensing something a little deeper going on.
He likes people.
Have you seen Terminator? Have you heard of Skynet?
You didn't see the video yesterday.
Yes.
It was kind of scary.
Have you seen a brand new Terminator trailer dropped today, actually? So.
Oh, well, I don't want to see it. It'll make me paranoid about the future. I don't want to look at that.
Yes, apocalypse. It's on its way. Keep that in mind. Anyways, you know what I will be doing at the apocalypse? Playing cornhole, of course, with my custom cornhole board that I'll get from St. Pete Cornhole. That's where we are hanging out here today. And I have got John, the owner, the founder, the creator of these awesome custom creations. And we've shown off a lot of the stuff that you do. A lot of it is in partnership with an artist.
Yep.
But one of the things that's a recent addition, as I understand, is actually burning a design into a board.
Correct.
So we've got a little bit of a setup here. Just talk me through what we're looking at, and then...
So basically it's a vinyl stencil, and we burn the image directly into the board. So we work the outline, and then we have to remove the image after we get done burning it to clean it, and then we clear coat it, and then it's yours.
Well, we love fire, and so do our TV viewers. So if you wouldn't mind doing a little bit of burn demonstration on this. And then while you do that, can you tell me, how do these designs and outlines come to be in the first place?
It was kind of a, hey, try this, watch this, hold my beer type thing. So we started to just experiment with it, and the first one went really, really well, and it kind of went from there.
And do you have other designs on the way, things that you're working on?
Basically, we can do almost any type of fish. I do a lot of fish burns, wedding burns with like initials and dates. I do that as well.
Oh, that's cool. So you can do custom burns as well?
Yes, we can.
How cool. And how long does this process typically take?
It's about 5 minutes to burn this, another 10 minutes to clean it, and then we got clear coat.
Okay, so we don't need to burn the whole board because, like any good chef show, we have got the steps pre-prepared. So you've done your burn, and then up there on the left side of the wall, that would be an example of what stage of this process?
So that's the stage after the burning and after the cleaning of the board, and one coat of clear on it.
One coat of clears. And that's the fish that you were just working on?
Yep, same design.
And then to the right?
That is a finished piece. That is actually a stained and a burn. So we stain the wood first, and then we burn the wood, and then we clear it. So that's a tarpon with a gray stain and a burn.
Yeah, because that stain really starts to bring out the accent of not only the natural wood, but just the left behind from the vinyl, whatever you called it, sketch, stencil?
There's a lot of depth in with the wood, with the grain too. We use all our burns are done with a pine wood, so you get the grain. We try to find the best wood possible when we're doing the burns, because it's all about the burn and the wood.
For something like this that is obviously even more custom and more hands-on for you, does it take longer for it to put together? Is it more expensive?
It's a little bit longer process to do, but it's something I enjoy to do. It's very unique. You know, every one there's never going to be the one that's the same, because the grain is always different. So you're going to have your own unique piece.
And this all started for you just as a hobby, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a hobby building boards in my dad's backyard, and it's kind of grown to what it is today. So I'm excited and thrilled, and I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. I'm not a great player, but I'm great at making boards. That's what
Don't
happens.
ask him about those tips, Chris Cato. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do for you, man. I'm going to go and talk to some of these pro players that are out here.
There you
and
go.
I know you're not in our 5, but watch, and I'll give you a few of those tips in the 5 o'clock.
I
so
will
make
watch.
Sure you're watching then.
I love a good game of cornhole. I also love to win. So let's make that happen.
He's
you know?
very competitive.
Perfect.
And
Try
I
and
get
set you up to take that top spot.
and I get to sit in the air conditioning and
enjoy
improve
it.
my game. That's always nice. All right, thank you, Chip.
94 is going to be toasty if you're doing those outdoor cookouts and parties this weekend.
Yeah, well, one man has turned an idea for something you would enjoy outdoors
party,
into
yeah.
a full-time business, and Chip Brewster is showing us how. Hey, Chip.
Yep. Hey, guys, and this tease is for Chris Cato and all those out there that want a pro tip or two about throwing the perfect cornhole game. Some of these guys compete for money in cornhole, and they told me they like to do it flat, okay? Don't grab a tip, don't do a crumple, flat, and throw with the spin. And hopefully, unlike me, you make it over to that board and into the hole. Now, if cornhole is not your game, they make other things here at St. Pete Cornhole, believe it or not. Stop showing the board. I'm not going to make any of these. Other games here at St. Pete Cornhole, and we're going to show them to you coming. I just got it in the hole. I'm not even joking. Oh, why did I have them change the camera angle? Dang it.
So if you go to a graduation party, there's a lot of those this weekend, or a Memorial Day barbecue, chances are there'll be a few yard games.
Well, cornhole is always a popular one, and our Chip Brewster is in St. Pete where they make custom sets. But, Chip, I hear that's not all they've got.
That's correct, and it was something I didn't even know coming into this, because you hear a name of St. Pete Cornhole, and that's what you think is cornhole. But then I show up on site, and I've got John, the owner, the creator of this, and I find all these other fun, not only variations on cornhole, but even just different games entirely. So why don't you talk me through your decision process and deciding to expand beyond the classic cornhole?
Listen, you want something made creative, I will come up and make anything I can. I do domino tables. We don't have domino tables out here today, but I do have domino tables. We have golf games. We have mini cornhole. We have ladder golf.
Well, whoa, slow down a little bit. We want to show them as you talk about them. So on the very end, that is a golfing game of some kind.
Yep, that's chipping golf. It's basically 1 point on the bottom, 3 points in the top.
And typically, you play that like against other people too, kind of like
yeah,
the
you would
cornhole?
just play just something a little bit different, you know, another fun game to do other than cornhole. We also do a beer pong version of that where we put a beer pong in the board and you put cups. So you can do golf, beer pong.
And then next to that, it's cornhole, but it's
mini cornhole. Mini
corn.
You can take that to corporate events. You can play, kids can play that.
Oh, for sure. You do tabletop with that.
Tabletop as well. That's where it all started.
Speaking of a cornhole variation, this is probably the most interesting one to me.
This is our
right next to it.
hot shot board. So this is your skilled board to work on your skill, whether to keep it dialed into the middle, or you can work on the over the top. This bar comes off, and then you have your slide, or this you have to work on.
Wow, just a
airmail. Airmail's only.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. One run right in the hole.
That's some skill. Look at that. Look at that skill on the skill board. Oh, even taking it out. And then we step away completely from your board with holes style thing.
Yes.
We've got this and another one going on behind us.
Yes, this is our custom ladder golf. We can customize the sides with anything you want. We've done a couple of these, but it's very unique, very creative, branding purposes. This is for a local business downtown. This is ladder golf.
Nice. And then finally
behind you we have our custom tumble towers. We can brand those with a custom crate.
tumble towers. Nice.
We have the tumble towers, we have the whiskey barrel tops, tabletops, and we have the fish wall art.
Wait, what? How does this fish wall art thing come into play?
Joe, Bayborn Outfitters, Joe Major, I work with him. These are his original designs, and I started using them for the cornhole, and he started making fish pieces, so we kind of collaborate together, and we do a lot of shows together. I mean, this is, you play cornhole, you hang out in the backyard.
Yeah, it all
This is
fits.
stuff that all goes together, so.
I dig it. Well, if you guys are looking for more information, I did a great Facebook Live showing all this and a little bit more off on Fox 13. Chip Brewster on Facebook. You'll find me there. And also, of course, find some more information on St. Pete Cornhole. Hope everyone has a wonderful extended weekend. I've still got a Friday to do, so make sure you tune in tomorrow, Fox 13 at 4.
Hey, Chip, will you take a picture of one of their Domino's tables for me? I just would be curious to see what they look like.
If he has it on site, I will.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm sure you can find it on his website.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
mini
Chip.
cornhole. Maybe we could do that around here.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Between
Yep.
shows.